in terms of being from the Labour side, yes, that is correct.
What day?
It is targeted for the early part of the week.
Is that Monday? Come on, Richard, give me this.
It'll probably be Tuesday.
First chance to hear directly from a senior member of Reform UK here on Times Radio since Robert Jenrick joined the party after defecting from the Conservatives. Richard Tice, their deputy leader and Boston and Skegness MP, is with us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
The front of the Eye newspaper today is suggesting that there is a new power struggle in Reform. Ben Habib, the former deputy leader, has said they will all fight like rats in a sack. This is happening already. Is he right?
No, as usual, that's completely incorrect. And we're a great team working under Nigel, the boss. We've got now with Robert additional experience, government ministerial experience, which will be a very valuable addition. And we're pushing forward. We are excited about the response we've received from listeners, from viewers, from voters, and onwards and upwards. We continue to lead in all the national polls, some 200 now. We've had a fantastic response. And I think people realise that if you want to save Britain, if you want to get the economy motoring again, if you want to trust people to control our borders and stop the boats, if you want safer streets, then Reform's the only answer.
It's interesting you say that you've had a fantastic response to Robert Jenrick joining Reform UK, because YouGov have done a new poll which says that more than half of voters think that his defection has actually weakened Reform.
I think the YouGov polls are interesting. They're so out of step with all the other national polls, it's just weird. I've seen other polls where actually the opposite is the case, and it's been very warmly welcomed, which is why I said what I did. So, but the polls are polls. If you look consistently over the last few months, we've been leading by an average of 8, 9, 10% in all of these polls. Labour down at a third, and I think that message will continue. And Robert's got a supporter base from the Conservative Party who I think will follow him to Reform.
There are a lot of big personalities now in Reform UK. You've obviously got Nazim Zahawi who's joined, Robert Jenrick, yourself, Nigel Farage. We understand that it's been reported anyway that your party's head of policy, Zia Youssef, was unhappy with the decision to accept Robert Jenrick, and he was actually the one who insisted on this hard deadline of accepting any more Conservatives into your party before saying, yes, all right, we will let Robert Jenrick in. Is he now happy that he's joined in light of that?
Look, we're all happy. We've got more experience. And the whole point about having wise people who've been around the block, who've got a track record of success, is one of people's criticisms was that were we just a one-man band? Well, we've clearly demonstrated we're not. Have we got the experience? Well, we've clearly demonstrated we're bringing in ministerial experience, but also we've got business success, a track record of a can-do, get stuff done. I think it's a very attractive blend. I mean, at the end of the day, no one's perfect in life. Of course, as we progress, we'll get lots of things right. We'll make mistakes. That's the nature of life. The key is learn lessons when things haven't gone perfectly, and keep progressing, keep tweaking, keep getting better and better. If we do that, I think voters will come with us. And I think you'll see over the coming weeks and months, with the great progress we're making on the councils, where I'm head of Doge, I think we're going to really surprise people on the upside. That's our first experience, cutting our teeth, running things, managing things, and we're doing a great job.
You talk about it's important to include people who've been around the block and got the experience. One Reform councillor in Kent is quoted this morning. He asked not to be named, or she maybe, saying that Robert Jenrick is a serious politician. Of any Tories that we could and would have wanted to come over, he was top of my list. But we have to be careful now not to be looking with we have to be careful now with not looking like a rest home for Conservative ex-ministers who have seen the light. We've got this far by not being a Tory tribute act, and we don't want to change that now. That is the danger, isn't it? You came through as an insurgent party. We're different, we're new, we're not like the political establishment. But you are now, because so many Tories who lost their seats, or some, like Robert Jenrick, who are MPs, have defected, are with your party. That's a danger.
Well, that's why Nigel has said there's a deadline of the May the 7th. That's it. But no, far from being a rest home. Absolutely not. No, we are a turbocharged fast car in 8th gear, moving forwards at great pace, gearing up for the May elections, where we're allowed to have elections under this authoritarian dictatorship that seems to cancel elections willy-nilly. So look, we're just constantly moving forwards, and of course there'll be questions and sort of political banter. That's the nature of it, coming in from the side, people sniping here and sniping there. We're just focused on the job at hand, which is running the councils, focusing on the May elections, and I think also you'll see an interesting surprise, I think, early next week from the other side of the political spectrum. And
you're talking about Labour, I'm assuming, because that's what Nigel Farage said the other day. Is it a Labour MP?
Well, patience is a virtue. I know
but I'm not very patient.
Well, I know, but it is the weekend, so you just have to just bear with a little bit longer.
There were some suggestions that it's probably not a Labour MP made on this programme yesterday, and that maybe it's someone from a council, for example, a Labour councillor.
It could be either or neither of those things. But in terms of being from the Labour side, yes, that is correct.
What day?
It is targeted for the early part of the week.
Is that Monday? Come on, Richard, give me this.
It'll probably be Tuesday.
Probably Tuesday, thank you. One final thing, because I know that you have to go, and I am grateful for your time this morning. You talk about we're not a rest home for the Tories and that we're moving forward. But you know as well as I do, we talk about this a lot on Times Radio, that in politics, perception is actually often more powerful and more resonant with voters than reality. If the perception is that lots of washed up Tories are going to Reform UK, and we got that in our messages yesterday from some people actually saying, I'm going to stop my membership to Reform UK because of the likes of Robert Jenrick coming over to the party. That perception could be a problem, even if you're saying that's not the reality.
If that's the case, then obviously we need to ensure we keep getting the messaging correct, the communications correct, the positives around what we're achieving with the councils, and there's going to be some very good news about that over the coming weeks. So, yeah, look, there's always challenges, there's always perceptions, you're right. And we've just got to keep working away and getting stuff done for people so that we can show actually we're the best people to run and manage things, to stop wasting money, to save money, to get better value, better outcomes for customers, i.e. residents in our council areas. That way we'll win more. It's a journey. I would like it to be a short journey to the next general election, but it may be a long journey of a number of years.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
That is Richard Tice, Deputy Leader of Reform UK and Boston and Skegness MP.